What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. All right, guys, today's video, I want to talk about 5 ways you can get off of fentanyl. All right, so before I get into today's video, I need to let you know I am not a doctor and nothing on this channel is medical advice. If you're struggling with addiction, please seek out your own medical doctor. Everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only and for me to share my experience with you and for you to share your experience with others. All right, guys, all that being said, I talk to a lot of people who struggle with addiction on this channel. I wanted to list some different ways that I think could be useful for somebody who wanted to get off of fentanyl or even opiate addiction. I'm gonna list these things in the order of which I kind of think would be least helpful to most helpful. All right, so starting with the 5th thing would be to cold turkey withdrawal, right? Maybe you could go to a 30-day or a 60-day treatment center or some kind of recovery house and you could just blunt force your way through it. Obviously, this would be the fastest way through it and to get back to a somewhat, I guess if you could call it a normal life faster, this would obviously be the fastest way to do it. However, it's not very likely that that's going to be a successful way to go. It could be different for everybody, but when I was in active opiate addiction and I had tried to do this many times, it was too big of a reality shift, right? I needed some sort of step down approach to things. Some people can cold turkey and just suffer it out and just keep going and never touch it again. But in my estimation, I would say that's not very likely. Maybe 5 or 10% of people out there could do that and actually stay away. Probably less than that, I would say. So that's one way to do it. I think this is kind of risky to do it this way because where fentanyl is so dangerous these days, can kill you. If you do this and let's say you make it 2 weeks off fully clean and then you relapse, you could die off of that one time since your tolerance has dropped, right? Your one little relapse after 2 weeks could very likely kill you, okay? So that's why I think that's the least best way to do things, but it is an option, right? Second option, I would probably say kratom would be an option. This is something that you can get over the counter in many states. You can order it online in many states. There's a wide variety of different strains of kratom. It can be cheap, but it can also be expensive. If you're buying, I definitely do not suggest taking the K shots, the kratom shots. They're highly powerful shots. They're very expensive. I talked to many people who have gotten way out of hand with the K shots. What is it called? OBMS Black or K Super Shot, like any of those type of things. Stay away from that stuff, guys, because it can really do hardcore damage on your liver, especially if you're taking. Somebody I knew recently on this channel was taking $100 worth of kratom shots per day, ended up in the hospital, severe issues, I believe, with her liver. I'll get an update on that, but I would say if you can, stick with the kratom powder. Capsules, make sure that you're measuring your doses and keeping track of your doses. Take as low as possible. You're likely going to need to redose every 4 to 5 hours due to the short half-life of kratom. But yeah, definitely if you ever try kratom, it is crucial that you learn how to measure the doses, either with tablespoon, teaspoons, or the capsule size. And you want to calculate the amount of grams per day you are taking and keep really good track of that. Because if you're not measuring this stuff, you'll start scooping more in, you'll start taking more. People have abused this. I think that if you could be very strict with kratom, it can get you out of a jam as far as going through withdrawals. It can really help minimize withdrawals for many people. Just be really careful with kratom, guys, because I talked to a lot of people who have went off the deep end and they really consider kratom bad, okay? So as long as you have the warning with kratom, obviously taking kratom is I don't want to say an amount of times, but much better option than taking fentanyl. Like I could never say that it wouldn't be better going that route, okay? So the next one I think would be in line would be methadone. Methadone has saved hundreds of thousands of lives, more than likely. It is a full opiate. And what this means is that you're still going to be able to get some, how do I word this? You'll likely get still some euphoria from methadone. You'll be getting it legally from a doctor. You won't be breaking any laws. You won't be risking any death overdoses, more than likely. It could be a great step down from somebody who is way up here taking huge high doses of fentanyl, right? You can take more if you need to. Your doctor can adjust your doses for you. They will drug test you. You'll likely have to go to see the doctor every day for quite a while. You got to really be careful with the methadone clinics because you will be around a lot of other shady people, a lot of other people who will try to sell you their stuff, or you can make other bad contacts with people out in the parking lot. So you really need to be aware, keep to yourself, get in and get out of there, do the meetings if you need to. Don't be making friends with other addicts. That's the least thing you want to do is make more contacts with other fellow drug addicts, as far as people who can be getting you other fentanyl, right? So just really be careful with that. I know it's kind of easier said than done when you're in these types of communities, especially if you're going to meetings. You're going to be making friends with other people like this. So take that for what it is, guys. Just be careful is all I got to say about that. So I think definitely methadone could be a great option. Next up in line, what I think is an even better option than methadone is Suboxone. Okay, this is a daily oral medication that you take under your tongue. This has a much longer half-life than kratom, meaning that you only need to take Suboxone once or twice a day maximum. Most people try to just take it once a day and go on with their day due to the 32-hour half-life of Suboxone. Suboxone has saved my life personally. Suboxone is what got me out of opiate addiction back in 2017. Okay, so thankfully I found Suboxone, and originally I was getting off of the streets, and that's not the way to do it. Once I actually did things right and went to the doctor, got in the MAP program and started getting counseling combined with a legal prescription of Suboxone, that's when I really made a huge shift and change in my recovery for the best, okay? Ever since I found Suboxone, I never had one bad urine test in all the years that I was at the MAP program. It is known that Suboxone can be hard to taper off of. Same thing with methadone, same thing with kratom. All these things can be hard and challenging to taper off, but the good thing about that is you have the time to do it now, right? You've saved your life. You're not in risk of going to prison for buying fentanyl off the street, or overlaps, or losing your arm to an infection, or your fingers or something to an infection, or dying out there in the streets because of, whatever, guys. Like, you're in a much better position to where you can start to rebuild your life, get out of the addictive mindset that you have, start to rebuild your life, get a job, get rid of bad people in your life, and Suboxone can buy you the time to do that, okay? All right, moving along here. And then just be really patient with a long, slow taper when it comes time to get off of Suboxone. Obviously, with the help of your doctor, you can come up with a good plan that works for you. Shouldn't be rushed. It is a high-power medication, and it is to be respected. Same with methadone. So that's just all I wanted to talk about that, guys. I was on Suboxone myself for 6 years. I had tried tapering off I think a few different times, and it was very challenging to do. You really have to be patient and you really have to go slow. Don't rush, guys. That's where I made the mistake, was trying to rush getting off of Suboxone, and it kind of backfired. So plan a good year or two possibly to slowly taper off that medication. You need to come down to 1/4 of 1 milligram before you jump off that medication if you want minor withdrawals. Okay, guys? All right, and what do I think in 2023 is the best option, the best tool that we have to help people out of the fentanyl addiction lifestyle? Well, it's Sublocade, the once a month injection shot of buprenorphine that you get in your abdomen area. Many people who are in the fentanyl lifestyle likely are not working, therefore they could get on state insurance free of charge, and the Medicaid or whatever the state insurance is in your area, they should cover the Sublocade shot, which is a very expensive shot, by the way. nearly $2,000 a shot if you had to cash pay for this stuff. So you're gonna need some good insurance to help pay for this. If you're on free insurance with the state, likely it's gonna be free of charge for you to go in there once a month, get the shot. I have talked to plenty of people who have went from fentanyl addiction to Sublocade. Now, obviously, I just wanted to say too that you need to take Suboxone for 7 days minimum before you need to get stable on Suboxone for about a week before they'll give you the Sublocade shot. That's just to make sure that you don't have any negative reactions to buprenorphine, which is the medication that is in Suboxone and the same medication that is in Sublocade, okay? Because once they put that injection in you, it's in there. It's a slow release. Now, the reason that I think this is the best option is that if you're on medications like methadone, if you're on kratom, if you're on Suboxone, you can stop taking all of those and then go get your fentanyl that weekend, and you're right back in that lifestyle right then, right? If you're on the Sublocade shot, you can't just pull that shot out of your belly. It's in you and it's gonna be providing you buprenorphine for many months, not just the 1 month that they give you a shot. It's still gonna last even after the 1 month due to the long half-life. It takes 60 days for half of the shot to go away, okay? So many people, once they take a shot, it's still gonna be covering them for 4 or 6 months, sometimes even longer, okay? So what that means is that you're gonna have buprenorphine on your brain, on your receptors, which is gonna lessen, it's gonna kind of deter you from wanting to take fentanyl. It's gonna take fentanyl or opiates that much less pleasurable, right? Because the buprenorphine will be blocking that. That's why I believe that Sublocade is the best option, is because first of all, you can't just take it out and go back to fentanyl the next weekend. And second of all, is because it's just in you and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. Now, I want to stress to you guys that there are no ways to, how do I say this? There are no ways to get recreational use from Sublocade, okay? So if you're expecting the shot to give you like these bursts of energy all day, you're gonna be let down. You're supposed to feel normal once you're on Sublocade. You don't want any more highs and lows of the medications. When you're on kratom, you have highs and lows all day. When you're on Suboxone, you'll have like one high and one low due to the long half-life, right? So these medications I've talked about before this, there's gonna be some daily fluctuations in how you're feeling due to the medication half-life that you're taking, all right? Once you get on Sublocade, you're supposed to feel steady. No more of this stuff all day, okay guys? So it is very expensive, as I mentioned already. Cash pay, it's like $2,000 a shot. So unless you're rich or you have some decent insurance that can help cover it, there is a website called www.insupport, just like it sounds, insupport.com. If you have a decent insurance, they're willing to pay for, let's just say, half of the shot. That's when you would want to go to insupport.com, and more than likely they'll probably cover the remaining amount of that shot. So it will be zero cost or really low cost to you, okay guys? I'm not sponsored by Sublocade, Suboxone, any of these companies I've talked about. This is just me sharing with you guys what my experience was like, and me talking to thousands of other people on this channel, giving you guys feedback from the feedback that I've gotten from them. I have seen people make these transitions to all these different medications and substances, and that's why I put those medications in that order, okay? Probably daily Suboxone would be the cheapest option, the most easiest accessibility, and you can, once you get set up on Suboxone for a while, you should be able to get prescriptions maybe once a month. Maybe some doctors might go a couple months between prescriptions. That way you're not having to go into the office every day to get your methadone, right guys? So just a few different things I want to maybe kind of give you guys a little bit of education on. Things might be a little bit different in each area, of course. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about for now. If you're struggling with addiction, guys, please get help. So many people are dying right now. This is like the #1 killer in America for people age 45 to, or what is it? Like age 18 to 45, I think, is the #1 killer is fentanyl addiction or fentanyl deaths. So please get some help, guys. Please get some help. You are worth it. You are loved. You can recover. If you like this channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like this channel more than like, then subscribe to the channel. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye.